Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's Cindy here with Stamp Creations. Welcome. What day is it today? It is Monday, June 2nd, believe it or not. Yeah, that's hard to believe. To think we're in June. Today's the first nice day in Ontario and since I've been home. So welcome. As you hop on, say hello. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for finding me. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I did post the measurements on Sunday, I think, for tonight's card. Hi, Bev. And I think I might have given you some, not wrong measurements, just a little different. And we're just going to have to add a piece in, not a big deal. But as you hop on, let me know where you're watching me from if I don't know who you are. But I love hearing the hellos and seeing people's names pop up. So definitely let me know that you're here, because sometimes I don't know if there's anybody even watching. And and that's not very fun. So I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Like I said, it's a beautiful day here in southwestern Ontario. It was so cold on Saturday and windy and just yicky. And today was absolutely beautiful. Hi, Janet. And it's supposed to rain on Wednesday, I believe. So hopefully we're starting to turn the corner on the weather. I have lots of yard work I want to get done. Maya did plant her vegetable garden in our raised flower beds on the weekend. So she's at least got that done. So I'm really hoping, hi, Linda. I'm really hoping that this is our turning point. Hello, Sharon. Okay, awesome. I see people hopping on. So, it is June, which is really hard for me to get my head around. And I feel like we're going to have a later summer. Hi, Marlon. Okay, good. We have people. This is awesome. So we are going to do some creating here. Just a couple things I just wanted to remind you, if you have not signed up for any of my classes for June, please do so ASAP. Just because I'm going to order product here in the next day or so. I'm having a hard time getting my head around the fact it's June already. Number one. Number two was what? I want to tell you something really super important, and I don't remember what it was. Something super important. Okay, I'm going to put my camera on my desktop here in just a second, and I want to have a chat about this amazing promotion that's starting tomorrow, because I totally misunderstood the promotion, and I'm going to assume that many of you did as well. So let's take a peekaboo at what in the heck is going on. So it's a BOGO sale, right? And we all know from my BOGO sale how BOGO sales work generally, but this one is a little bit different. This one, guys, I'm gotta tell you, I have been a demonstrator for 19 years and I honestly do not remember a promotion this good before. So, I know, Janet, I don't know where the time goes. And honestly, I feel like I'm wishing my life away right now. I'm at the end of my contract and I gotta get to September and yeah, so anyway, okay, so the promotion starting tomorrow. I misunderstood this whole promotion. I understood that you had to purchase a suite. So what is a suite? Let's back up the bus here for a second. A suite would include all of the things. Okay? All of the things. And that's technically what a suite would be. So in this case, you would get the stamp set, the dies, 2 sets of stamp sets and dies, the embellishments, and the paper. I don't think there's ribbon with this one. I don't think so. So that's what you would get. So you would purchase this one. I'm just using this one as an example, which is Florals in Bloom at $168. And then I would pick my second suite, which let's just say it's Beautiful Gallery. Well, actually, Beautiful Gallery would be my first item because it's more expensive. And then the lesser item, which would be this Florals in Bloom, which is $168, would be the 50% off item. My understanding originally was that you had to purchase all of the things in the suite, right? So you had to purchase everything you see on these 2 pages to qualify. But in fact, my friends, this is not true. So just so we are all aware, you can actually purchase pieces from the suites. So what exactly does that mean? It means I could purchase this suite or this bundle, okay, which is, how much is this one? 20, hang on. 3 and 4. So this one is $72.75, and then I could purchase the paper out of this one, let's say, for 50% off, which I don't know why you would want to do that, because the game here is getting as much bang for your buck as possible. So, but I just want you to know that you can mix and match between suites. You can do online exclusives, and apparently you can do anything that's on the last chance sale as long as it's a suite, like from a suite. So bundles are classified as a stamp set and a die, or a stamp set and a punch. And suites are actually all the things, okay? So you can mix and match across suites. So I know somebody on my own team had asked me about this, and they said, well, can I just get like the paper if I want? Well, you can. So you can purchase the paper from here, which would be $17. And then you would receive this one, let's say this paper, for half off, because it's also $17. So the more expensive item is what you're paying full price for, obviously, which is pretty traditional. That's not anything unheard of. And then your lesser item would be 50% off, but you can actually cross-reference, so, or cross suites. And I did not know that. I thought you had to buy the whole thing. So this just made what was already an incredible deal an even better deal. So you have from June 3rd to June 30th for this promotion. But the thing I want to let you know is that things will go on sale. And that's not on sale. Things will go out of stock. And if things go out of stock, you're going to be very disappointed. So if there's something that you're like was eyeing but wasn't sure, then I'm going to suggest you get it early. Okay? Because then you have to wait for the item to come back in stock. That's what I wanted to tell you. I remember now. See? My sometimers. The other thing that I don't know that I have mentioned is that we have a new feature on our website that if an item goes on back order or not available, there is now a feature on there where we can actually ask it to notify us when the item comes back in stock. It's not going to order the item for you, but it's going to send us an email and say, hey, this item's back in stock if you would like to order it. And the reason I bring that up is because I just had this happen. There was an item that I had requested to be notified when it's back in stock, and I just got the email before I came live saying, hey, it's back in stock if you'd like to order it. So super handy feature if there's something you've been watching and wondering like, oh, when is that coming back? When is that coming back? So demonstrators do have access to a list that we can look at, but sometimes it's pretty vague. So okay, so remember last week I showed you my swap card from the incentive trip? We are gonna create tonight, I promise you guys we are. Remember this card I showed you? Right? Okay, so I want to show you. So one of the perks of being on my team is that I collaborate with a group of demonstrators across Canada, and we call ourselves the Silver Supporting Silver, so the SSS group. And we hold a one-day event that's virtual for everybody on our team. So anybody who's on any of our teams can join in. It's an exclusive perk for being on our team, and I learned so much. I'm sure lots of my team learned lots as well. And so we just had this on Saturday. So I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What's my project going to be? So I chose to do my incentive swap card, but of course I didn't want to do the exact same card. So I decided to mix it up. And so this is another sample that I did. So just show you kind of the difference, and it still opens like a regular card. But I love this one with the yellows and the greens. And then this is the one I did on the video. So it shows like the embossing with the embossing folder that coordinates with the suite. And then we did the inside. And so like it's a full day. I think there's like, I don't know, 12 or 14 of us that do a video every 45 minutes. Maybe there's 10 of us. And so yeah, so this was my card. I just wanted to show you the how awesome the same layout looks, but totally different papers and colors. Hello. Okay, so my camera's really driving me a little bit bonkers tonight, guys. I don't know why, but it's very crooked and it's really triggering me right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. Okay, so let's get some creating done. Let's just zoom in here so you guys can see. So yeah, so I know some people from like hear about this SSS event and they want to join in, and we don't allow that. We are very, very tight on it because it is a perk for our teams. So we just want to be fair to everybody. So yeah, so that's the thing. Sometimes there's perks to joining certain people's teams to join. Okay, so tonight's card. Thank you, Linda. I love them too, actually. I love how they turned out. So, okay, so tonight's card is a super fun card. I'm going to show you the card, and I just want you to know that the measurements that I gave you, we're going to have to make one extra cut that I forgot to tell you to prep. Not a big deal, okay? So I did not finish this card, so don't judge because we're in no judgment zone here, remember. But this is the card layout, okay, just so that it gives you a visual. So as we're cutting, hi Cheryl, hello Rita. So that as we're cutting our cardstock, you're going to understand where I am going with this, okay? So this one's not finished. Remember, this is just my trial run. So this is the card that we're going to make. Now, there's going to be either designer series paper or white cardstock here, but this opens like this and then it opens like this, okay? So it's just a really fun card. Now, could you do it like this? I suppose you could. But this one's actually designed to go as a landscape card. Now, I know I have some landscape non-lovers in the group, but please trust me with this. Okay, so I'm going to start with the card that I'm not sure how it's going to turn out the most. So you know me, right? I usually leave the one that I think I'm going to love the best till the end. Okay, so what did I tell you had to have? You had to have a piece of 4 1/4 by 11, excuse me, and it is scored at 5.5, okay? And the reason that's important, because if we look at my card, it has to go this way. Okay? So if you cut it the other way, we can't get the same, well, we could modify it, I'm sure, but we probably are not going to. Okay, so here's my score line. I am using soft seafoam. This is the color, soft seafoam, for this base. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to line this up. I'm losing my voice. I am so sorry. I'm going to line this up into my paper trimmer. Is the lighting okay, guys? My camera almost looks blurry or something. Or is it my eyes? Just bear with me for a second. If you get motion sickness, please just... Is that better? I can't tell if it's my eyesight or if it's my camera. Or if it's the light. Maybe that's better. Okay. Does it look okay on your end? Because it looks awfully funky on my end. Okay, so I'm going to put my cardstock into my paper trimmer, and I'm going to line this up at 2 1/8. Now, where the heck is 2 1/8 on your paper trimmer? It's the first longer tick or mark on your paper trimmer. I am not sure what has happened to my camera. I may end up having to switch, but so not the first teeny weeny one, it's the next one in. And I know that's very technical, but trust me on this, okay? So you're going to put your cardstock in there, and we're going to cut down to just the score line. So just at 5.5. So we're going to pull that down to 5.5. So there's my 5.5. Oh, you can't even see that on my camera. Here's 5.5 here. So I just cut from 2 1/8 up here to 5.5 down here. Okay. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to turn it. And now I'm going to line up this edge of my paper with 5.5. And then this should line up my score line into my track. Right? And I'm going to cut that down. I need to replace my blade very badly. To there. Okay. So we have this piece. Now, what we can do, because we have this piece in our hand right now at this point in time, we could actually score this one. So if you have one of these cutters, Remember, dark is cutting, light is scoring. So pull your dark one to the bottom so it's out of the way. There's an awful glare tonight. I'm not sure. There, is that better? So I'm going to line this up at 4 1/4, and I'm going to score. Okay? Scoring. Do not cut. Score. And then that's, so this is actually going to act as this piece here. Oh my gosh, my camera. What is happening tonight? Okay, I think I'm zoomed in too far. There, that might be better. Okay? How many of you are, blah, 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 words are hard. How many of you are crafting with me tonight? I'm going to move this up for you, Bev. I'm going to move my whole gloss mat up. I feel like something has shifted on my setup, and I'm not sure what, but I feel like my camera is sideways. I feel like my lighting is off. I feel all discombobulated tonight. It's like somebody else has been here. Higher, please. Even more higher. Linda's working with me tonight. Fantastic. So Linda, you're going to have to let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow. Okay. Okay. So if you're just catching us, 4 1/4 by 11. I line this up at 2 1/8, which is the first bigger tick line after the 2. So you have a little one, which is your 16th, and your bigger one, which is your 8th. And then I'm going to cut that down to the 5 1/2. Oh, trying to. Okay. And we're just cutting out this piece here. Okay. So I'll do it one more time. So we got 4 1/4 by 11, right? So we're going to line this up to 2 1/8. I know the 8ths is a real problem because I always have to count my ticks. 2 1/8 is the only one I can ever find. So 2 1/8. So we have our number 2. We have a little tick, which is a 16th. And then we want the next line beside that, which is our 8ths. 8ths. That's a hard thing to say. And I'm going to cut down to 5 1/2, which is my score line. I know this paper's hard to see. Okay. So when you have that part done, you'll have a funny looking card here, right? And then this is the piece that was in here. So if we play matchies, right? So we cut that piece out, and then I just put this into my paper trimmer. Sorry, this way, into my paper trimmer, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And that's as far as we've gotten for tonight. Okay? You've missed nothing else if you're at that spot with me. I really need to change my blade. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a second to get caught up. I'm going to attempt to change my blade. Well, you guys are doing that. Okay? Let me know if you're still confused. And I can go over that again. Hi, Pamela. All right. Are we good? Now, when I saw these instructions, or these measurements, I guess, I didn't see the... Okay, I have the first cut done, not the second. Okay, that's fine. When I first saw these instructions, I did not see the second part to the instructions. So I think I did mine, I don't know, easier or not. But we will continue on, and we will modify as we go. There's not really a huge difference in how I gave you the measurements versus what we're going to do. You just need one extra piece. But okay, so we've got this cut 2 1/8 down to the 5 1/2, And then we have this piece cut out, and we're scoring this one at 4 1/4. Okay. Okay. Now, just put a new blade in there, and that's sliding kind of weird. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take your designer series paper. And this one I told you it was, where's the score? Oh, it's right here, Bev. So when I put mine into my paper, oh, hang on, paper trimmer, it's at 4 1/4 on the long side. Hi, Judy. I see your parcel got picked up today, honey, so you should have it in a day or two. Okay, so 4 1/4, and then we're scoring on the long side. Okay. Okay. Now, so we have our designer series paper. Okay, Bev says okay. Designer series paper. I think I told you the paper had to be 4 by 5 1/4. This is the part that I did not see these measurements till after. I did mine. So what I did for mine, just so you guys kind of understand where we're going with this, I measured and cut this piece, and then I measured and cut this piece. Okay. But the instructions that I missed is that if I take my designer series paper that I have 4 by 5 1/4, if I cut it in half, what it will do is give me this piece, will also give me this piece, and this was supposed to be very vanilla or white or whatever. Okay. So we're just going to modify it a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our designer series paper into our paper trimmers, and we are going to cut this at 1 7/8. Now, 1 7/8 is the last large tick. I know that's a real technical term. Last large tick or mark before your 2. Okay. So if you want, if it's easier to count them, count your bigger lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be your second last mark on your paper trimmer is 1 7/8. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut that. Okay. So 1 7/8. Now, the instructions actually said this is half, but just looking at this is not half. But anyway. Okay. That's all the cutting that we're going to do right now for 30 seconds. Okay. All right. 1 7/8 is the measurement that we needed. I need to order myself a new bone folder. No, I don't. I have a brand new bone folder right here. I've lost my take your pick tool. I've lost my bone folder. Okay. So here's my card. Okay. Is anybody lost at this point? I hope not. Now what we need to do is we're going to take your designer series paper, and you have to decide what side you want which way. I'm going to put my flowers up here, and I'm going to take my back side, and I'm going to place it here. Now, before you glue, okay, do not glue anything yet. Because what we want to do is we want to take this piece, and we want to tuck it behind this designer series paper, just to give it a nice clean look. Okay. But just so you understand what we're doing with this paper and what the end result is. Okay. So this was our designer series paper. It was 4 by 5 1/4. Right. And then we cut it at 1 7/8 on the long side. We ended up with 2 pieces. One is a little bit bigger, and it's going to go on the inside. And then one is going to go here, which is on the outside. But before we glue, we want to put this piece behind. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Yeah. That does happen sometimes, Bev. So frustrating. See, and I'm looking and you can tell that my blade had to be changed because I'm getting all those fraying marks. So what we can do now at this point is let's go ahead and determine just where do you want this piece to go? Like how far over do you want it to go, right? I'm going to put mine just like, I don't know, about that far in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my Tombow and I'm just going to think about this, glue this down. And there's not a right and a wrong to this part, okay? There's not a right and a wrong to any of this card, to be quite honest, okay? It's just a super, super fun way to do a regular card, just a whole different fold to it. Okay, I like doing cards that don't need extra cardstock. Sometimes you need extra cardstock. Sometimes it just does. That's just how life is. But I like the ones where you can still get a wow and not use any extra cardstock, which is pretty cool. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to open this up and I'm going to open this one up. I'm going to come back with my flowers and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that down. Now, if you like glued it down and your flap was not on the inside of the card, it's fine. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. This just gives you a cleaner look. That's all. But nobody will judge. Nobody will comment. Nobody will even know the difference. As card makers, paper crafters, I feel like we are much harder on ourselves than we need to be. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm going to use the back side here, and it's going to go on the front. That didn't make any sense. The back side here, and it's going to go on the front. The reverse side of the paper is going to be used on the front part of the card. That is really confusing. Okay. Now, we have a couple choices here. I can get a piece of Designer Series paper to put here. I could get a piece of white to put there. Or I could just stamp or decorate something here. Okay. Not a right and a wrong to this at all. If anybody has any thoughts, I would love to hear them. I'm just going to show you, these are not all my bits. I've lost my big container of bits, but I just want to show you kind of what could potentially go on here. Okay. And I'm going to cheat tonight. If I can find a happy birthday one, I'm going to use it. If I cannot, yes, add the cake. Hi, Diane. How are you, honey? I was actually going to stamp out happy birthday. I could actually put happy birthday up here. My fingers like do not want to work anymore. Or I could put happy birthday here. I could color these. How scary would that be? I like this cake because it matches the flowers. There's a very small border, Bev. It's 4 by 5 1/4 is your DSP, but if it runs edge to edge, that's okay, right? There's not a right and a wrong to that. Mine does have a little bit of a border. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this cake on. I like this cake because it's a big size cake, and it's hard to it's a hard one to use in certain things. Like, you have to have the right card to use this. Okay. Now, what are our thoughts? Happy birthday's too big. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Diane. You know what I was actually thinking? I was almost wondering if I could cut between here and do them as 2 separates. Do you know what I mean? So like happy would be here and then birthday could come over a little bit more. What do you think? Do you think that would work? I've lost all my things. I had paper snips and I don't know what I did with them. I'm going to try cutting this and just see what happens. If I don't use it for this, I can use it for something else. Like that. That's kind of what I was thinking. Should I color the happy birthday? Do you know what's really bugging me is that this is kind of like a... There, that's better. I'm going to try coloring this. I just don't know what colors I want to use. I'll be honest. Color it. Okay. I'm going to do it in peach or pink. Because there's pink in this flower. That's why I'm asking. Yes, color. Okay. Is the peach going to be too much? Should I do pink? What do we think? Peach. Okay, Laren says peach. Okay, I'm going to try peach. Now you guys get to see how terrible my coloring is. So these are Stampin' Write markers. These are much different than the blends. Okay, so if you have blends, it goes wherever you want that piece to go, Bev. If you want it to come in a little bit, you can have it come in a little bit. If you want to butt it right up against the edge, you can do that as well. That piece is completely up to you where you want it to sit. So Stampin' Write markers are not alcohol based. They are original markers. They all we had for a long, long time. And they do leave like a line if you're coloring like a big image. That's where the blends are nice, because they don't, because they are alcohol based. Okay, so there's my happy. Oh, come on. Come on, fingers. Come on. Don't let me down now. I think there might be new online exclusives coming too in a couple days here, guys. What's the date today? 2nd? Is that on the 3rd or the 4th? Oh, I cannot see a hoot. Whew, I definitely need my eyes checked. I'm thinking, so I can't color and talk at the same time. All right. Now, let's dimensional this friend of ours. Okay. There's that one. My fingers. Being awfully silly tonight. There we go. Okay. Now, remember I said I forgot to tell you one piece? Well, in this case, it doesn't matter because we didn't use it. But when I open this up, I need a piece of white that's going to go in here. So this piece, this white piece, is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Let me double check that. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4 is your white piece that's going to go on the inside of your card. So I think I might have told you that, but depending on how you decorate your card, you may have used that piece for the front. I don't have glue, this glue. Okay. Those of you that were creating along with me, have I lost you? I hope not. Look how fun that is. So your recipient is going to get that. Still one solid piece of cardstock. Okay? All right. Now, let's do this again. So this one I'm using Garden Green, and this one is Garden of Elegance, I think it's what it's called. Laren said nope. Okay, good. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse anybody. Okay, so we're going to do this again. So if you got lost in the last one, now we can restart. So 4 1/4 by 11 is my cardstock. Okay. I have scored at 5 1/2. Did I score that at 5 1/2? Yes. Okay. Scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to come into 2 1/8. 2 1/8. And I'm going to cut down to my score line at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to line this up at 5 1/2, just so that my score line is easier to know it's there. And then I end up with my 2 pieces. Okay. While I have this piece out, I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Okay. So I have those 2 pieces. Then I'm good for, except for, yeah. So Bev, maybe do the decorating after, because then you could kind of like have more creative license and you don't feel like you're rushed to get it done. 4 by 5 1/4 is our DSP. So then we're going to line this up and we're going to cut this at 1 7/8. Now the instructions actually say this is half. This is not half. This piece is bigger. So that's kind of what threw me for a loop. All right, so I'm going to fold. And then I'm going to fold on my score line. Okay. And I'm going to put this one in here. Wherever I put this is wherever. Now, you could actually, what you could do here is you could actually flag this as well if you wanted to. How you do your card is honestly completely up to you. Like where you put your long piece, which DSP you use. Okay, it's just showing you the fold and how it would come together and how like one piece of standard card base can be done so many more different ways, right? Okay, so I really like the pink on this one. I feel like yeah, I really like that this has more pink on it. I feel like this is going to get... Anyway. Okay. I'm overthinking. So let's not overthink. Let's just carry on. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to close that one up. I'm going to flip this one over. Now, do I have to flip it over? Probably not. I could actually probably keep it like that if I wanted to. Doing the sentiment and decor later. Yeah, that's a great idea, Linda. So because this paper is so beautiful, I don't know that I want to flip this over. And the reason I say that is because the other side is this. And I think that's way too much green. And I love this paper. And why would I want to like hide it? Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually do mine this way. I'm gonna break all the odds and I'm going to go out of the box. Don't anybody complain or tell me different. There we go. There you go. What do you think? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And then here, what I could actually do, I could have embossed this actually, if I really wanted to. So I could take one of these pieces and cut it down, which I might do. Because to 4. So if I just went at 3 3/4, I'll do it at 4 to start. I'm just thinking it looks like too much green, right? Yeah. So like that, we'll break it up and then I'll do the flower on the top. What do you think? Has anybody seen this card layout done before? I'm not sure I have. If I have, it's been a long time and I kind of forgot about it. So I'm curious if anybody has seen this before. So I'm going to do that. I have a piece of script. Nope. Lauren said nope. I don't know. I honestly, if I have, it's completely slipped my mind. I've done things similar to this, but not specifically this one, which is funny because you think after all these years of doing cards that maybe I would have, but nope. Okay, so I'm actually going to take a second and I'm going to color this. Now, I don't have a garden green blend. Oh, but I do have Old Olive. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use Old Olive, which I know is not the same color green, but I do not have a blend. I really like this set. Thankful Garden. This is probably one of the ones in the suites because it's an online exclusive, so you could actually use this one as your 50% off like purchase, like buy one, get your second one 50% off. Because this one's an online exclusive, I believe. I don't believe it's in the catalog. And the paper is gorgeous. Like absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It's bright. It does have some darker patterns in it, but it's I just find it very cheery. Okay, so there is my light, and then I'm just going over the veins. Okay. And then I'm actually going to use possibly polished pink. Nope, strawberry slush. I'm going to use strawberry slush. So strawberry, it reminds you of an in color card. Oh, did I do this as an in color card, Bev? Holy smokes, if I did, I don't even remember. Might be similar. So strawberry slush is was this month's in color. And actually, one of the ladies asked if I purposely made sure that my nails matched the color for the month, and asked if that was going to happen continually. And I was like, that is a fantastic idea. I don't get my nails done very often, but I might have to start. This month's color is Timid Tiger, and I was getting the projects ready. Was that last night? I guess it was last night. And it was a color I wasn't sure I was going to like, but I actually quite like it. Do you have a color from the in colors that you like more? Mine has to be Strawberry Slush and Secret Sea. Those two are definitely my two. You would know that from my swap card. Strawberry Slush I think I like because it's like more of my color, like my branding colors. Oh, wasn't that funny? You have a very good memory, Bev, because I do not remember that. Okay, so I'm just coloring my flower, which I know is really boring to watch, but I figure it will give you time to get caught up and get your card decorated. I know it's difficult because I know what the card's supposed to look like, so I kind of prep some of my supplies. But I know that some of you don't have that, your supplies close by, right? So it does make it a little bit challenging. So I'm curious to know if there's a suite in the, or a stamp set or bundle or product, I guess. Let's just say product, that you've been eyeing up in the catalog. Cheryl says she has not seen this before. Okay, I'm going to die cut this. Oh my gosh. Hang on, Betty. Hang on, Betty. We might have a problem. I thought I put my dies in there, and I did not. I did not. So I was waiting for some new magnets to come in from Amazon, because the last ones I ordered, I think you remember me telling you how terrible they were. So these ones arrived, so I'm slowly starting to put my dies onto the magnetic sheets as I'm pulling them out, because I'm so far behind on that. Okay, I'm gonna go die cut this. Stay right here, don't run away. And I'm going to die cut this. All right, here we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put that there because I gotta put the dies on a magnetic sheet. Can you see that? Here they are. I was gonna say, I had my dimensionals close by. You know what I should have done? I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to put my dimensionals onto my white piece here. And the reason is because if I put them on my flower in the wrong spot, they're going to glue my card shut. There we go. Okay. Boop. Oh, I got to put my inside in. Okay, here we go. What do you think? Boop, boop. And I could put a sentiment right there. What about just a nice, easy thanks? Yes? You guys are awfully quiet tonight. There you go. What do you think? Yes? That's pretty. Okay, I'm going to do another one super quick because I kind of already know what I want to do for this one. And then, isn't that pretty, Cheryl? I really like this one. It turned out really, really nice. Okay, so 2 1/8. Boop. Down to 5 1/2. And then we're going 5 1/2. Boop. Down. Okay. Oh, shoot. I want to bring this back for a second. I want to do my score line while I'm here. 4 1/4. There we go. Okay. I'm going to flip this way so that it's folding the right direction. And I'm going to fold this one. So we're there. We're going to put our glue about there. I'm doing these all the same as far as where I'm putting them, but you can do whatever you want, right? Okay, so then this one was going to go there. This one was supposed to go here. And I'm going to grab one more piece. One more piece. Come on. Come on. I'm dropping everything. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So what did I say? 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, right? 5 1/4. 1 7/8. There we go. Okay, so no, I'm going to do this one here. Oh my gosh, I feel like I can't feel my fingers. It's so frustrating. Come on. Okay, so those of you that have not made this card with me tonight, I'm curious. Okay, so Laren, if directional paper is challenging, because that's my problem, I cut stuff and I go, oh man, cut the wrong way. Pick paper that's not directional. That's what I do. It's the workaround. That's what I do. Don't let it defeat you. Once you kind of get your head around, oh, okay, that piece is going to go there. Okay, I got it. Then you'll like, all of a sudden it's like this aha moment, right? And then you go, oh, yes, I have to cut it this way. But sometimes I just get cutting and I'm like, oh. I was actually doing a card. I think it was their elite group card for this month. And the paper I was using was directional. And I thought for sure I had it. I was like, no, I got it. And then I'd go to put it together and it wouldn't. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now? So yeah, directional paper is a challenge until you get your head around. And I'm a visual person, so I need to see something before I understand how I'm supposed to be cutting it. Oh, you know what? That was really silly of me. I actually wanted this to be white. Yeah, shoot. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's down now, so it's going to be what it's going to be because it's now glued. Because what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to use the stamp set. Delightful Wishes. I have yet to use the stamp set. I'm going to do something here. Hi, Heather. Did I know you were here, honey? I don't even know. I think this has to be 3 3/4. Shoot, I just cut that and I'm pretty sure it has to be 3 3. Yeah, it has to be 3 3/4. I think I'm getting tired too, so I don't think that's really super helping anything because when you get up at 5:15 every morning, makes it very challenging. Makes for long days. There you go. Okay, so let's do something a little bit different with this one. So I've never used this set before. So this should be fun. You guys might be in for a real treat because I have no idea how I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to go Daffodil Delight. Ooh, I could use... No, I better not. I say I could use Duckling. Oh, Heather's here. She made 2 cards. Perfect. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay. And then I'll use Crushed Curry on top, because Crushed Curry is supposed to be darker. And don't rip the stamp, Cindy. Okay. What I should have done was taken one of the cards that we did on the SSS event and done that as one of the cards, but maybe next week. We'll see. Is this how this is supposed to go? I can't see now because it's all inked up. Does it go this way? I feel like it goes this way. All right, here we go. I don't know what this is supposed to do, but let's just take a look. I have not used the stamp set. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have just gone down here. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. And then the leaves. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens here. What? Where's this supposed to go? Well, this is weird. Doesn't help that I can't see, right? Oh, maybe it's supposed to go this way. Is it? I'm going to try it. I can't see, so... No. Let me do this. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. Hang on. Wait. Let's go back and do this. I'll do this one first. Are you guys laughing at me right now? Because I've never used the stamp set before, and I'm not sure how those leaves are supposed to go, and I can't see, so... Okay. This is my Daffodil Delight. Okay. This is my crushed curry. Okay, this is my crushed curry. Hang on, gotta flip it upside down. Yellow is a very hard color to layer, eh? I'm just going for it. Okay. Yep. And then where do we think these leaves go? I don't know. So... I'm not even going to try to struggle with those. I'm going to do this instead. I don't think I like this. Okay, I don't know where that's supposed to go. Now that's going to bug me. If I could see, wouldn't life be grand? This should line up. Where's my girl Lynn? I feel like it's supposed to go like this. I don't know. No. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. So I'm going to leave this one because I can't see. I can't see, friends. I can't see. Okay, so this is my last one. Let's just pretend. Let's pretend this is beautiful. Okay, let's just pretend. We're going to use our pretends. Actually, you know what I could do? I could have actually just used these dies, but I'm not going to do that now because it's getting late And we're running out of time. Okay, so let's recap. I've got a disaster happening on my desk here, but let's recap for a minute. Okay, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3 is not done. Ish. It's kind of done-ish, but not really done-ish. I got to figure out those leaves. That's going to bug me. That's my mission. All right. I'm off camera. I was off camera because I couldn't figure out my leaves, honey. I was trying to figure out my leaves. And I was struggling because I can't see. I need to get my eyes checked. I don't think I'm actually due for another year, actually, to get my eyes checked. Okay. Which could be a huge problem. Okay, so 1, 2, or 3. Now 3's not done. Remember, 3's not done, so don't let that deter you. Does anybody want to vote? Is anybody still here to vote? Okay, Laren said 2, 1, and 3. I think I have to agree with you on that. I like 2 the best. 1, I'm not sure. I think it's the colors. And 3 is not really done. So. See, these were the magnetic sheets I was getting. Okay. Oh, sorry. I missed a whole bunch. Holy smokes. I looked down for half a second and... Okay. 2, 1, 3 from Janet. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. I like the brighter colors more. I agree. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. And Judy says 3, 2, 1. That's awesome. That is fantastic. I do like the bright colors on this one for sure. It just pops, right? And this one, I think if I used just a different suite, I think it would be fine. I just realized I've lost a leaf. Oh boy, Cindy Lulu. Okay, Cindy's lost us. Nope. No, I didn't. It's right here. False alarm. Don't anybody panic. I got it. Okay, Sheila says 2, 3, and 1. Oh, okay. I was like, Indonesia. I'm like, what does that mean? I was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's so funny. Sharon says 2, 3, 1. Linda says 2, 1, 3. That's funny. Yeah, this one's, I think I would like this one better. Right? I think that would be better. But nonetheless, I love the yellow. I'm in love with the yellow. Aw, thank you, Judy. I will once I figure out my leaves. So I let my friend Lynn borrow this and she fell in love with the set. And ended up buying it. But she said, like, oh my gosh, the flowers you can make, it's the leaves. If I can't see, I have to do it in the daylight where I can have better lighting, or I can have the light like right over me because I actually can't see what I'm stamping. And with the yellow, it's hard. It's hard. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about the BOGO sale that starts tomorrow? Any questions, any concerns? Because I don't want anybody worrying about it. I don't want anybody missing out on any great deals. Because that is phenomenal of a deal. And again, it goes till June 30th. So like you don't have to panic in order tomorrow. But things are going to sell out quickly because there's a lot of people with big wish lists that have been waiting for something like this. So things will start to sell out. Paper for sure will sell out. Dies will for sure sell out. Stamps we produce ourselves. But they will actually hold one item back. So if a die is on back order, then they will hold the whole thing, right? So, all right. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for sticking it out. That was a long one tonight. I hope you have a great week. And if you missed signing up for any of the June classes, please do so ASAP so I can get those orders in. And thank you, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.